World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. U.S. authorities have confirmed that agents from the Immigration and Customs Enforcement or ICE will help support security during the Winter Olympics in Italy, which open on February 6. According to BBC News, the announcement sparked concern and criticism in Italy, especially after ICE officers were linked to a fatal shooting in Minneapolis. Italian Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani moved to calm tensions, stressing that ICE agents would not be patrolling Italian streets. He said Olympic security would remain under the control of Italian authorities. Italy's Interior Ministry said the United States would operate from an office inside its consulate in Milan, coordinating with local agencies. U.S. officials added that ICE's investigative arm would only play a support role, helping screen and address threats from international criminal groups during the Games. In other news overseas, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says he stands by his controversial speech at the World Economic Forum in Davos despite claims suggesting he softened his remarks in a phone call with United States President Donald Trump. The BBC reports Carney told reporters he made his position clear during their conversation and meant what he said in Davos, where he criticized unchecked global superpowers and hinted at U.S. actions affecting the post-war world order. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent earlier claimed Carney had aggressively walked back those comments, a claim the Canadian leader strongly denied. Carney said it was President Trump who called him and that they had a productive discussion on issues including Ukraine, Venezuela, Arctic security, trade with China, and the upcoming review of the USMCA trade pact. He added that Canada was among the first to recognize changes in U.S. trade policy and is responding accordingly, a position he says President Trump understands. And finally, Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi said she will step down if her ruling coalition fails to win a majority in the upcoming general elections, as reported by GG Press. Takaichi, who also heads the Liberal Democratic Party, made the statement during a leaders' debate just ahead of the official campaign period for the February 8 polls. She said the snap election was called after forming a new coalition with the Japan Innovation Party, saying she wants the public to judge their major political shift. The Prime Minister also announced plans to propose a temporary zero-consumption tax on food items during a possible special parliamentary session later this year. Meanwhile, opposition leader Yoshihiko Noda said his new alliance aims to put people first and will oppose the construction of new nuclear power plants. Another opposition figure, Yuichiro Tamaki, said confidence in the ruling party is weakening, citing concerns over delays in passing the 2026 national budget. Despite this, Takaichi said she remains open to bringing Tamaki's party into the ruling coalition. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.